The growth of additive manufacturing is very interesting for us. It has been constant growth over the past years. For example, for the last 30 years it grew 26.9%. And the market share, however, is still relatively small, but you can see growth in every aspect. So machines and services has been growing for almost about 30%. The AM parts have been growing for almost 40%. So you can see this trend upwards, and we are very happy to be part of this industry and to showcase this growth and this variety of additive manufacturing.
If we look into additive manufacturing and the question is what will be the next sectors to develop, I think we have to think about what are the benefits of additive manufacturing. The main benefit is not to have a lower cost of the parts. The main benefit is to have a better functionality of the parts, and we have seen this in many areas like automotive, like aerospace, but also like medicine. So thinking about that, what we see is that there are strong and really interesting developments. For example, in every area where you need special cooling channels, where you need valves, where you need to distribute liquids, for example, which is a really interesting field. And you can come to completely new designs, just maybe covering half of the space and the force of the weight of what we actually do today. Which gives completely new functionalities and new parts in this field. So we believe that in mechanical engineering, in many different fields, where you need special functionality, additive manufacturing will strongly grow in the next years. When we look at 3D printed parts, then it's important to understand that normally you don't make a final part with those technologies. So you have to do some further mechanical treatment, which we would call post-processing, and one extremely important part of that is the finishing of the parts, the finishing of the surfaces of the parts. So there are quite some interesting developments now doing this either locally, for example by robot support, but another trend is to do it globally, which means that you are using grinding technologies, for example, that you are using bath technologies, which have a chemical support on this. And there are many different developments, but it's an extremely important area for further growth as well. So I think that when we look into machines, when we look into processes, we have a really high development state, especially for metal additive production today. But in finishing, there are still many challenges, many aspects not solved today, and we will see quite some further developments in the next years, I believe.
The growth of the exhibition is quite amazing. At the moment, we already have about 660 exhibitors, and what's really great about that is that the partition of Italian exhibitors really grew. So at the moment we have 30 exhibitors from Italy already, and in terms of visitors, the Italian visitors are actually the fourth biggest partition visiting the Formnext. So we expect lots of more Italians coming. This year the US will be partner country in the Formnext, so everything will be dedicated or specialized and focused on the US market. Maybe, let's see, if Italy and the AM market in Italy will be growing, maybe in 2021 we can think about getting Italy as a partner country.